I'm Shiloh, and I have something exciting to show you. It's July 17th today, and I have this app that shows how many days I've been self-harm free for. So it's almost at 618 days, but I've been keeping track of this.
What app is this?
It's called Harmless. So it's right here. It has like a little purple heart logo.
That is so beautiful.
It has like a little ad, sorry. But it keeps count of your days. It has this little thing that's like total days. So even if you have like a relapse or something, like that's just the total amount of days, the overtime that you've
That's really beautiful. So it's not like you lose everything. That's so beautiful.
And it actually, if you do, so you can do like pledge now, so every day
you can choose again.
Yeah,
every
you just
day.
do a pledge today. I will not hurt myself, I'll try. And then you can personalize your own reason. I just said because it's an unhealthy coping skill that might help in the moment, but in long term it isn't helping anyone and just hurting you more. And that's what I wrote down when I was like 14, so I still have that in the app.
And how old are you now? 617 days later? 17.
Yeah. It's been a rough couple of years, but I've gotten through it.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
We need to make an app that has, today I pledge to love myself. Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
But, yeah, even if you review for today and you say like you did self-harm, it says like,
it doesn't say,
yeah, it's not like, womp womp. Like, it gives you, like, something inspirational. Like, I don't know.
It's like you are loved. You're taken care of. Let's see. There's something you can do.
it gives you inspirational quotes, too.
That's awesome.
But, yeah, I've been to 6 different treatment facilities in my lifetime since I was 14. So ever since like 2021 to just last year, 2023, one of my last treatment centers, I graduated back in August, so it's almost been a year from my last one, which is the longest I've been out because I was kind of in and out of treatment centers before. But I got clean from self-harm November 11th, 2022.
It was 11/11/22?
Yeah. Angel numbers. I didn't even realize that.
God's in everything.
Yeah. So
are our
I've been
angels.
clean ever since. It was a very long, hard journey, but I felt like that was the plan all along. Like I was meant to get clean from that and be able to be strong enough and fight through it, so I am able to help other people like now. Like even if this only, like if one person sees this, that still counts. Like I feel like I'm able to like tough it out and be strong and work through it and trust in the process, because I'll be able to help other people and I won't just be like, hey, you can do this, like yay. Like I get it from like a deeper level.
You've been through the trenches. You've been on the battlefield.
I know it helps because I've experienced it myself. So
that there's answers and there's hope, even if they have harmed today.
Yeah.
Even if they're...
Even a couple hours, a couple minutes like clean means a lot. Like it's not like you're starting over. It's you go through different trials and experiences for a reason. So then when you do get better, which you will, then you're able to appreciate it.
I love that you said, which you will.
Yes.
That's beautiful. So this is a superpower that she's going to share with us, because we all have different coping mechanisms that we learn from childhood, that we learn from hard different experiences, and patterns that are like, we have this toolbox and we get to let go of the lie, let go of the old toolbox and
internal beliefs, false beliefs can let go.
Or BS. I heard that recently, that
Yeah.
you can tell someone's BS within the first 20 seconds of meeting him, and he doesn't mean bologna sandwich. He means belief system.
Yeah. Okay. So this card is going to be distract. It's pretty straightforward. It doesn't have a bunch of little words out below it. But this is a coping skill that I've used throughout the years, and that has helped me a lot with my clean streak and sobriety journey, from self-harm and substances. So distract it also includes wise mind, so not acting on emotions, which most of the time is why we self-harm. It's because you're in your emotional mind, you're not thinking reasonably, and you're just like trying to do whatever you have trained yourself to know that helps. So instead of acting on your emotions because of however you're feeling, whatever reason you're feeling that way and wanting to self-harm, wise mind is the middle of that. So it's the balance of emotional mind and reasonable mind. So you're not acting out on emotions. You're kind of taking a step back and finding the Christ center. So yeah, that it kind of incorporates it. But distract is just taking your mind off things, essentially. So activities you can engage in: exercise or hobbies, visit a friend, etc. Contributing, so kind of like service, contribute to someone, do volunteer work.
Bring somebody the cutest sunflower planner ever. God set me up for success in every way to plan out my life.
Yes. Compare yourself to other people. This sounds bad, but no. Compare yourself to other people coping the same as you or less well than you. I don't know. I don't remember what that tries.
Well, we'll ponder on that some more. We'll figure out the answer there.
I don't
Maybe
think
the word
it's
compare
negative.
is not just like we've said, like a rock isn't good or bad. Maybe to compare is not good or bad. It's how we do it.
You could also probably compare like you to your past self instead of other people, because I feel like for me that's like not been that good to do. Like compare yourself to when you were in a super dark, like bad mental state and you felt really down and just depressed and dark. Like compare that to now and be like, even though I'm still struggling and going through a hard time, like look at me now, like look how much I've grown, instead of
we'll do a little
bad.
rewrite in there.
Yes. And then emotions: do activities or go to events that create different emotions. So choose things that quote unquote bring on the desired emotion. So just go to events
things
that
invite
you feel
peace,
happy.
things that invite joy.
Yes. And then pushing away. I've heard it as putting away. I don't know why it says pushing away. So bring imaginary walls between yourself and the situation, or put it in a box. I think put it in a box is better. Or
put it away.
Yeah, just like tuck it away. Like imagine in your mind, like I've had therapists that have had me like make an imaginary box in my head, and mine has been like this like glass like cube, and it has like a lid in it. So a lot of the time they're like, what emotion do you want to leave here today? Like leave in your box. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling really anxious. I want to put like half of my anxiety in there, so it'll take the weight off your shoulders. Or I've had them have me make like an imaginary safe space in my head. So mine is like a little like waterfall with like a grove like trees, and then a park bench that I just sit on and watch the waterfall. So it's kind of just like putting away your emotions, or like putting away a little bit of what you aren't wanting to feel in a box for later. And it's not just to shove it down and bottle it up, because that never works. It's just putting it away for a second, like focusing on something else until you feel
so that it's not
regulated.
exploding, and so that you can be in a safe space to look
so
at those things.
wise. So then when you're ready, you can go back to it and then work through it instead of just like bottling it down and be like, bye, because it will come back up. And then thoughts, count to 10. Do like word puzzles. I think that's a typo. Word puzzles. Read and watch TV, etc. So yeah, just to get like your mind off things, you can.
And this is a tool. It's not something to like do always. It's a tool for when you're having those thoughts until you can get your brain to a place that you're in that wise mind.
Yeah, because if distract is a good coping skill, but it's temporary, it's not permanent. You shouldn't be using distract all the time to distract yourself. Yeah, to numb yourself from your feelings and emotions. Like, it's a tool, but it can also be used. I don't know how to describe it.
It's a sword that can be, I think our greatest superpowers, our greatest everything are also meant to be our greatest weaknesses, and that we get to learn to hone them.
Yeah, because it can be a tool, but it can also just like become like self-destruction, because you're just masking your feelings and emotions and just kind of ignoring them and not
but it's like in like a first aid kit, right? Like you put a Band-Aid on, or you figure out, if something like needs surgery. It's like the in the moment thing.
Yeah, it's more of like a short-term thing. It shouldn't be long-term, because then it becomes negative. So it's just to distract yourself momentarily until like urges go away. And sensation, this is actually part of like tip. So it's just getting your mind off things, like shocking your brain. So like hold ice in your hand, which it like hurts a little bit just because it's so cold, but it's not like actually harming your body. And then you could squeeze a rubber ball. I don't know why it says that. I've had ice packs work in a lot of my treatment centers. They actually like always have ice packs handy, just because like it's the same thing with ice. Like, it shocks your brain, like, why am I cold all of a sudden? Like, temperature change, that helps. Just put it on wherever, and it kind of just like
brings you back to the moment.
Reroutes your system. I don't know.
Okay.
Circuit. I don't know. But yeah, just to distract from the urges.
That was so awesome. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna keep sharing more and more superpowers.